We are here with Tim Minard, who is the CEO of Eclipse Gaming, one of the emerging games companies in this industry. Tim, you've been pretty busy this past year. Why don't you give us a little update as to what you've accomplished and what you're working on for the future?
Thanks again, Frank, for having us. I really appreciate this time of year, always. Yeah, this year has been a great year, actually. I think last time we talked, we were just launching our Big Shake series, I believe, and this year has been those two games launched early in the year. The first launched early in the year and then mid-year, and both had made the Eilers report, so we were excited about that. That was kind of a highlight of our year. We've continued to expand the team, both in technology and in sales, and we've expanded into other markets. So it's been a great year overall, kind of sticking to the plan.
Okay. You're a small company, you're expanding.
Small company expanding.
Product line, geographic reach.
Yes.
Maybe Class 3 sometime?
It's always the topic. Yes, for sure. I mean, we continue to invest in our people, our product, our content, and there's a lot of maturation that's happened over the last 5 years. And to me, the commercial market, the Class 3 market, is one that we want to make sure we're ready for, both in content and the logistics of it and the compliance, everything else. So we're always building towards it. And then each year we know kind of what we want to see out of our company to know when we're ready for it. But those conversations have happened more and more over the last several months. We've gotten, really, really grown. Our technology staff is doing wonderful. We're getting content out, a lot of content out on time, and purposeful content. So, I feel like we're getting ready. But we're hitting the mark in the markets we're serving, really the Class 2 and selected commercial markets, some VLT markets. Those are the things we're executing on those things.
It's all about the games, is the old expression.
We're one game away from a superstar.
And you are competing against companies with a lot deeper pockets, a lot more money they can put into R&D and so on. What's your secret sauce? How is it that you can compete in game quality or attractiveness with those guys who have so many more resources?
Well, we actually, because we're small, we have the ability to get down really intimate with our customers and their customers, so we can really learn player preferences. We also have the benefit of watching what they do and invest all this money and energy and time and all those resources. We can kind of learn from what we see in the marketplace. We learn a lot from what's going on in the Class 3 world, because the Class 2 engine can drive a lot of the same experiences these days. So we learn a lot from them. We're nimble. We can change. We can do, we have to serve a smaller community. So, we focus on intimacy. We focus on relationships and learning, making our games purposeful and intentional down to the market that they're serving. Each market's different, the math, the play. So we just really, find, we really dig deep to see what's going on. So I think that's an advantage. And keeping a smaller footprint, we don't have to, we don't have the pressures of just volumes of content, just getting anything out there. When we release content, it's intentional, it's been studied, we've used data analytics to drive what our next product is. And, I think because it's bite-sized, it's good. We're not a household name yet, but, we continue. It depends what house you're talking to.
Right. If it's the long house of the Iroquois, they're familiar.
Yeah, well, there's some really, we have some great customers.
What's in your future in terms of your ownership? Would you be public someday?
I think, I look at that as, Eclipse is always open to go with, we're opportunistic from the standpoint of we're going to continue building a great company. There's no question that there's possibilities of us going on our own acquisition route or being acquired or going public. Those are always elements, but I believe that if we keep driving a great company and we stay like to the course that we're on, and we're continue to grow every year like we have, and we keep adding great people, that I'm open to what makes the most sense for the company and for the people that are at the company. Eclipse is private, so there's a few private owners.
Okay, so it's not like a private capital group or anything.
No, it's not a private capital group at all. It's just individuals, and so they've been very supportive with all the plans that we've done so far, and they'll be at the show.
Okay, great. What are the origins of Eclipse? I guess maybe that's another way of asking it.
It goes back, we've been around for, it's probably been 12, 13 years now. And it was founded by people from the industry, and then friends, and financed with people around the industry. And it's been 2 primary owners that have been since the beginning of it. But it's been around 13 years. And it's been, they ran out of the gates doing very niche marketed approach, but some of those games are still playing today because they did such a good job with their initial games. And that's kind of what brings us to now. We're taking some of those things we've learned and some of those player habits that have been established on those primary games and math models, and we're recreating those and bringing those back out now, and we've seen success with that.
Okay, great. Well, we're at G2E.
Yes.
To look at the newest and the best products. What are some of the must-sees at your booth this year?
I think my favorite, we've launched this Carnival series, and it's been, the Big Shake was part of that series. And again, we had 2 great successes with that are still playing really strong. And, we're doing some real feature-forward games. As you see, like the Coin Pusher having the feature-forward. We have a new game called Duck Dollars, and I think the world of that game. A lot of fun, feature-forward games. Instead of cash on reels, we got ducks on reels. And, it's a really fun feature, really fun features. So that's a big one. We've kind of taken some of our classic games, like Mermaid Multiplier and Highway Hogs, and we added some, again, feature-forward, new bonus features. Those were real popular ones. And then I think, it's kind of exciting what we're doing with Interblock. Interblock and Eclipse got together, and we're coming out with ETGs in the Class 2 world. And I think the world of Interblock's technology, their products, and I think that obviously our engine is world-class. So getting together with them has been a highlight of the finish of this year. And I expect next year that's going to be a force.
Well, it's an interesting partnership.
Love it.
Anything else you'd like folks to know about Eclipse?
I always say Eclipse is a purposeful company. The Beyond the Game initiatives we continue to do and move that forward. We've done a lot with breast cancer this year, Toys for Tots, helping young females. I think that's the culture of our company. It's important to me. We've recently been recognized by Women in Technology, and we're up as one of 3 finalists for the Builder Up Award. And in the state of Georgia, Eclipse has been recognized as one of the top 40 companies in the market to work for. So those are some things that I think, humble, but we're doing some things that I think are creating great people, great products, no size gloating. I think we're doing some great things, and I like people to understand that that's who they get when they work with us.
Sounds like an interesting story.
I feel it's been a great journey, and it really is fun to build a culture like that and to see it continue to aspire. I've been just humbled and enjoy being a part of it.
Well, great story. Tim, thanks. Very informative.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks always. I appreciate this time of year, always.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.